Alright, good morning, my friends. This is Maryland. Let's look at Ogres some more. So this is the third episode. Now, when I was offline, I accidentally hit the end turn button, so there's a bit of a battle here that, I don't particularly do a great job of. We've got some more slaves, significant numbers of them. Unexpected event. Oh, a hero, the first prophet of the waste. Who's this guy like? Well, look at that guy. Anything special? First ogre to set up eyes upon the great maw. Considered mad. So he's got some fire, some death. Pretty much the standard stuff. He's got his own... No, he's a prophet, so he's already blessed. So he's got the bless we chose. We should take a quick look at that. Let's just review the bless. So we got resistances and regeneration. Very simplistic. So we're going to have to try to deal with this Ashdod attack. And I wonder which way he's actually going to go. So we got a handful of Anakites. Let's take a look at his bless. Does he have a bless? Did he bring a priest? Because previously he didn't. No priest there. So they're not blessed. There really should be no significant trouble in dealing with those. The question is, what will I do to deal with those? So we got some more of these hedge fiends, and they're fairly solid for the research. Let's see, what are my other options? Got a fairly decent army going on here. We've done the searching capabilities, searching available. And how much is the army? Pit fighters and all the rest. These guys are all kind of... Oh, the Gorgers are undisciplined. Okay, so let's put them somewhere else. Let's get the pit fighters in with this blob. And we've got a prophet to do the bless. I'm thinking... How many of these guys have we got? These saber tusks. We'll put them with a hunter. Take advantage of their stealth to go along with the hunter. And I'm not entirely sure these Gorgers do anything for me. Big sacks of hit points. Big sacks of hit points. Nothing much else to it. The pit fighters have the regen once they're brought up to snuff. Okay, I think we can quite effectively... Should we cut them off or just go straight at them? I think we'll try cutting them off first. And we do want to bring this maw gut along. So how do we want to set up this action? Anything special? What have we got here at home? Some Maw tribe ogres, and they are sacred. Okay, so we kind of do really want them with the prophet. We should get some more Maw tribe. We've got 45 slaves right now. This guy's doing sacrifice. We've got somebody here doing sacrifice. We'll do a site search with this hunter. What are we building here? Another hunter. Gold is a little short, and we cannot afford a second pit fighter, so we can't do too much else. We got a slaughter master coming, we got a hunter coming. What else have we got action? Well, we might as well do a search here. So the big guy here, be nice to... Now how's the leadership on this new prophet? 130. Wow. I'm thinking he can handle the whole mess just himself. But let's move back. Let's set these guys in line. Formation, we'll put him in line. We'll have him cast Divine Blessing. And he can toss up some of these other interesting spells. So, Brain Gobbler causes panic. Okay, Bullgorger gives strength to and an area effect of 10. And then the Blood Grow gives a little extra resistances. They probably don't need that right at the moment. So do I want Brain Gobbler? Or do I want his Word of Thorns? Tangles, Entanglement. You know what? Let's try some Brain Gobblers. Just see how they work. 1, 2, 3, and 4. What's the fatigue on that spell? I should check that out. Fatigue is 30. It does look really good. Hey, buddy. How you doing this morning? I'm going to try it out. I mean, this is just kind of an experiment. Given that I'm trying to cast some spells, let's keep these guys back. And I should maybe I think I'll put the Easterns, because I think, let's see, combat speed 13. These guys are 15, 14, this guy's 13. Let's leave these guys back on guard commander. Okay, let's see if this guy can do the job here all by himself. And let's, Maw Fiends are how much? Maw Tribes are 28. Let's just get another Hench Fiend. And then we're running a bit low on slaves, so until we get some of these slaves. So let's grab some slaves on this guy. Ha! There we go. Alrighty, man. Yeah, we'll keep a few. Now, we don't need to keep any slaves. Let's grab the ball. Because I don't think Ashdod's going to bother. So he can take them to the lab. And this guy we will not bring along. So let's see if this group can handle all of this. Now, should we do formation? Yes, I think we shall. Crazy Undisciplined crap can go off on the side. That guy's got his full stack. These guys can just do whatever they're doing. Let's throw the Nobblars in behind. Put this guy behind the line. And this guy with the line. Alright, and this guy behind the line. Okay, let's give this a shot. So, have a look here. How does that look? Oh, somebody's up in front. That's just the scouts. So pull them back. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now, it would be useful. This guy let's check his script. We might as well have him on retreat. We'll bring one of these guys back to carry any more slaves along. Now, we should have slaves here, and he needs to site search. We don't have any Nobblars here. Awkward. Who have I got that guy's site searching? This guy can just hang about for the time being. I don't have enough gold for another fort. Really do need to get somebody over here. Can I make a Nobblar here? I can. Okay, let's do it that way. Alright, I am reasonably satisfied. Definitely having some unrest problems. How's unrest over here? It's getting a little out of control. We'll probably move the hunters fairly soon. Okay, this hunter. One officer and a few loyal henchmen. Let's take that out, because there's no troops coming. And just plain old attack. Let's go for that. The Nobblar can wait. And who else has not got an action? This guy can wait. This guy can wait. This guy can wait. This guy can wait. And wait. And he can wait, because they just don't really have anything else he could do right at the moment. Alright. I'm ready. got a hench fiend, we got alteration. We're going up for some more blood magic. Battle in Packwoods. Where's Packwoods? Oh, he dodged me. Oh, good grief. And oh my. So we lost some Maw tribe. Interesting. I want to watch this. Let's see if this brain gobbler thing works. So are they regenerating? They are. Okay. I guess the issue is they're a little short on protection. And they've gone berserk. Well, they do the job. They're not as good as the pit fighters, but they generally do the job. And that guy, so this time he actually had somebody doing the preaching. I forgot to check. We should have turned it. There was one. Let's watch that again and get his bless. I'm quite curious about his bless. So does he get some bless up? These guys aren't sacred. No, they're not. What about this guy? He's sacred. He's the prophet. Oh, would be awesome if I killed him. Oh, wow. That's a nothing bless. Okay, sadly. So do I get this prophet? I sure hope I do. Oh yeah. Bye-bye, prophet. Bye-bye, prophet. Here he goes. Yep. Alright. Nice. We got Ashdod's prophet. So we're going to have to chase these guys down, which is a bit awkward. This army might not handle it. Oh, I still didn't get an idea if that brain gobbler worked. Okay, let's watch this again. Sorry about that. Because so many new things to sort of get a feel for. So there's the divine blessing. He did cast brain gobbler. So let's see if it did anything. Maw tribe overhit, Maw tribe overhit. I'm not seeing where the brain gobbler's hitting. Don't know if it has a... Oh, there it is. So it maybe hit this guy? Brain gobbler, brain gobbler. It seems to be missing. It seems to have a... how's this guy's morale? Hostile Dominion experience bonus. I can't tell if that brain gobbler's doing anything. I'm almost wondering if I'd have been better off just to script sprite, or smite, the equivalent of smite. But anyways, let's have these guys. Why is this guy sitting here? We could search. Now what have we got at home here? A few extra guys. Anybody really gonna be significant to bring them along? Probably wouldn't hurt to just bring them along with a... No, we don't really want to use a butcher. Butchers are a little on the poor side for recruitment. Not recruitment, leadership. Maybe it's time to send Big Mama out. So what spells can she cast? Enlarge, protection, flying shards, web, sleep cloud, tangle vines. Alright, let's get her with eagle eyes, and she'll just cast whatever. And the entire point of this is then she can site search this location. And I think research wise, how many research points is she worth? Really, quite a few, but not insanely good. So let's try chasing these guys down. I think with her there, this group can join in with the primaries. Hold an attack, guard commander, divine blessing, brain gobbler, brain gobbler. I'm going to change out to the smite. And let's see how that thing works. It's called Word of Thorns. Yes. Let's try that. See if that gives us a little better result. Oh, does this guy have an ability to... No, he doesn't have an ability to buff his own precision, which would be helpful. But I think the root... I should have checked that. The Word of Thorns probably has precision 100. Yeah. See, I think the problem with the Brain Gobbler here is the precision's too poor. So unless we can buff precision, it's just not hitting where we want it to hit. Now these guys are probably going to run away, but if they come up against this group, and we can afford maybe to dump a little PD here by the time it gets there. And this group, how did they do? We lost a few Nobblers, we lost one Gorger, we lost one Iron Fist, and we killed a blob, a good sized blob. Let's see what happens. I don't think the Bullgorger worked in this case. I think the issue was the battle happened too far away and he just wasn't able to get it to hit. If we could buff some precision on there, it would be more effective. But I'm a little less than stunned by the success. Now, do I see anything really interesting happening here? I trust I've got almost nothing. Nothing is really getting any, okay, one Bull Gorger got killed. These guys are hitting like tons of bricks. The crazy shotguns or blunderbusses sort of spray their fire everywhere. So this pit fighter is blessed. He's doing his job. So the pit fighters are holding up better than the Maw Guts or Maw Fiends or Maw Guts. But they've got a heck of a lot more protection. Okay. That's solid. I don't think there's too much else to see here. But we're kind of smashing the crap out of the armies. So let's toss up just to... I didn't see if the Maw Gut really did anything. Where is that guy? Here he is. Let's see what he does. Swallow. Okay, let's see if he succeeds. So Swallow... Oh, missed him. He's right there. So Swallow, area of effect 1. Okay, let's kind of watch that Swallow. We'll slow things down once it gets close. Okay, now the Swallow is limited. I think it doesn't really say. 16 or special. So he's size 4. So I imagine he cannot swallow these guys. Oh, they're 3. Let's just see where'd he go. Here he is over here. Alright. He swallowed a heavy infantry. He digested it. He healed 10 points by digestion. He swallowed 2 of them. Oh wow, pretty cool. Let's watch him one more time. Oh boy, oh boy. But he's got the regen because he got blasted. And he's now sitting at 99 hit points. So he can soak a lot of damage. Okay, he swallowed some more. How many did he swallow? Oh, the Death Belcher hit him. Oh, good grief, he's getting shot. I don't know. I gotta figure out a new way to use those Death Belchers. Maybe they need to be way up front or something. How many shots do they have? So they've got a total of 6 shots. Very poor precision. No, total of 3 shots, sorry. 6 attacks. I think I'm not positioning them quite efficiently. So I'm going to try something a little different next fight with these guys. But the Swallow is pretty effective. And look at his regen. 17? Holy crap. That's pretty funny. Okay, now, can he swallow? Did he swallow? Let's see. He swallowed it. Look at that. Wowzer. Okay, so he swallowed one of the horse tribes. See if he swallows another one. Yeah, he swallowed another one. That's pretty funny. Okay, I think we've seen what we want to see here. So we'll try to chase this army, and we've got a little bit of PD. So unrest is getting seriously out of control, and we have a bit of a problem with attempting to... Now, there's no leadership on the Noblar scouts, and I don't have... So I'm gonna need bruisers around. So what have I got here? I've got this bruiser. To be honest, these Gorgers are iffy, and I'm not really sure that the Noblars are doing me a hoot worth of good. So I'm going to pull them back and have them patrol here. Grab all these slaves, haul them off. We'll dump these slaves. Now, what's my best use of these hunters? They could sneak in, but oh, whoops, I made an error. I had this guy, so let's have him attack. What have we got here? 10 units. My guess, they're going to come at my army. So we'll leave this guy behind. Let's just make sure we got a little bit of PD everywhere. Nope, we're missing some PD here. Okay, we're just going to get one. Now, how's money going? Money is a little shy. We're low on resources, so we'll turn the man-eater off. And we're still recruiting hunters. Tempted to say that's maybe not the optimal right now. What's the cost? 145. Or we could get butchers. I think we actually want a few more butchers. And that leaves us with a little extra money, but we don't particularly have a place for that money at the moment. And here, holy crap, we should split this up a bit. Roughly. Okay, let's get some of this back. Can this guy get over here? He can. And what's this guy doing? Let's have him keep a watch on this place. I think okay, I don't have more of those recruiting. I've got enough for the time being. So I can't really recruit anything more here. What's my best option for... I would say my best option is man-eaters. I can't afford them. Alright. Well, we'll save some money. And then the next burning question is what to do with the hunters, which aren't terribly good leaders. We've got only a moderate amount of slaves, so we might want to wait. The hunters are not great researchers. Alright, let's do site searching with hunters. Okay, fire spells, moving behind PD. This guy, so let's set that to, that's 4. Okay, let's set this guy to the same thing, put him on 4. Actually, I guess Mom is coming, but yeah, we'll move him down to do some site search. These guys can continue along. It would be useful to get some more fire site searching. Do I want another hench fiend? I'm going to move a hench fiend over here. You can search for fire. And the death hench fiend. Yeah, we kind of want him to do some searching. So let's have him hide here, just generic cast spells, and start looking for places with some death sites. Alright, what else have we got? We can afford another hench fiend. Let's do that. And that's it for dudes with some action. I wonder if you can take larger and regen for that dude. Yeah, larger on those maw guts would be pretty interesting. Really quite interesting. Am I still only at war with Ashdod? Yes, I am, Daniel. Bannerus over here so far hasn't had any action, and we didn't have any bumps. The war with Ashdod, I had a bit of a glitch. Not a glitch, but I hit the end turd button because usually I play multiplayer instead of hitting the save game and quit. So I had a turn where I didn't put in any orders, and that let Ashdod get to this province and then, you know, be annoying. So now I have to chase him down, which is awkward. But in the interim, I'm going to go kill off the rest of his troops. So I really actually do need a whole bunch of Noblars, and the cheapest, now what's their patrol strength? 0.6, and these guys are 0.6. Let's get the cheapest ones for purposes of just patrolling, because I need a good bunch of them, and I need somebody to lead them. Have I got another? I thought I had another, just, oh no, that's the only one of the standard, what are these guys called again, the bruisers. Well, I'll get the Nobblers first, move them over here to do some hunting. Worry about the rest of it in a minute or so. So that's it for dudes. All right, let's run the turn. See if I can catch that army. All right. Oh my, the Saber-tusk. Oh, he moved his army there. Okay, so that failed. But I'm curious to see how the harpoon, if it did any good. He's sitting back. Did I put him on hold and fire? Looks like I did. I probably should have done eagle eyes. Okay, so I need a different plan with the Saber-tusks. But I mean, I had assumed that this would be an empty province, and it wasn't. So I'm not surprised these aren't really pulling it off. Attack skill is 11, but these guys have defensive 12. So there's one. This one hit. But they're getting repelled quite successfully. So the Saber-tusks obviously have use, but just exactly how to use them, I'm not quite sure yet. Yeah, pesky giants and their repel. Isn't that frustrating? But, you know, whatever. You know, he didn't even bless them. Man. The AI is just so awful. You know, you send out a bunch of sacreds, and you don't even send a priest. Good grief. Well, there's not much more to see there. Now, here, we lost a Maw tribe. So the attrition on Maw tribe is pretty high. But they're also pretty cheap. They're really quite cheap, all things considered. So we tried to chase them down, and all we got was some PD. So he got away on us again. But the whole point of having, now let's see if he's going to get the, no, he's doing Bull Gorger again. I thought I changed his script. Oh, maybe the smites are out of range. There's a Word of Thorns. Oh, that worked. Okay. So he got a Word of Thorns off. Where's that guy? He's right here. No, he's right there. So got a Word of Thorns. Did 1 point of damage. Not stunning. Hold an attack with the hunter casting protection, and then eagle eyes, then advance and fire. Yeah, I think that's probably better. I mean, you know that I'm not entirely playing this blind, but mostly I'm playing this having never tried it before. Good grief, what was that? Well, that didn't work. But this blob just keeps chasing me around. Good grief. Well, I will eventually catch it. Now, what can I do here to make this fairly serious? Blessing, Bullgorger, and then what else have I got? Pain transfer, imps, agony. I think I'll just let them do whatever they feel like doing. But I can afford some more PD. And I might save myself some money. So, oh, lots of slaves now. Shift said. Do a site search with this guy. That scout can go there. That scout can go there. This guy's on. This guy should be on patrol. Okay, good. That's useful. We did the site search. What we got here? He's just hiding and waiting. So I think we kind of want now the size. Now, where is this one gonna seriously go? 10 PD. Hunter can't really cast anything. So now if I want to deal with this, I'm going to have to chase it. This guy might do not badly tucked behind the PD. So let's get him some eagle eyes. Obviously that's going to make a significant... we should have a look at his weapon. So the Hunter Harpoon, 4 shots, damage is 5, precision is 1. Times 3 versus larger, adds a net. Yeah, Eagle Eyes is going to make a serious difference. And I think we should buff this guy's protection a little bit. Look at Iron Skin. Yeah, and then let's fire. So, fire and keep distance? No, just fire. Yeah, just fire. I move him forward to be kind of right in the PD. Okay, let's have him do a sight search. And let's create some ways to have some more PD. So we'll hold off. And this guy we want a sight search. This guy did his sight search. Have we searched nature here? No, he'll go here. This bunch are doing fine. And let's have Mama search. And bring the blob with the other blob. So we're attacking offensively. I think we need everything moved forward. If we were behind PD, I'd go for this option. Do I want to hold? I no longer want to hold. So let's try this. It'd be nice if I had some slaves with this guy. But let's just keep chasing this group. So they've had no attrition yet, but it's not a very dangerous army. So and let's put this up to at least 6. Actually 7. Yeah, 7 looks like a bit of the magic number. This guy can sight search, and so bring these guys right up into the PD. Right up into the PD. This guy, do that same trick. Let's just copy, no, we'll do it manually. So we want him to cast Eagle Eyes. And let's have him cast, should he protection around a bit? Not a bad call, that wouldn't hurt. A couple of protections, and then let's let him fire. Yeah, I like that. And this guy, now I have not done Phoenix Power, so basically you should probably just fireball. Let's give it a shot. Good enough. So he's right up front. The scout can retreat. We'll keep all the slaves. How many do we have? Yeah, we'll keep them all. And he will just stay hidden. This guy will sight search. That'll get him active. This guy will sight search. And over here we get sacrifice, we got blood hunt, we got blood hunt. Oh my gosh, we're out of control on the unrest. So we need a new place to blood hunt. 4,900, that'll do. Let's move 2 guys over here, start blood hunting over there. And 4460 and 39 and 95. Can they get? Oh no, they can't get all the way over here. So let's move them here. Sacrifice, wait. Well, we'll put this guy on patrol. Once we get the unrest down, 22 province defense. Interesting. I think that's caused by I had an event. Now, do we chase these guys, or do we shut down the capital? I'd say we shut down the capital. Yes, sir. Let's put up decent PD. 7. So it's kind of the magic number here. I already saw that. Alright guys, off you go. Going for the capital. We had no attrition. Okay. Now what do we got at home here? Not a heck of a lot. Slaughtermasters. Be nice to start making some ETs, but I got a cash flow problem. And over here, this guy's patrolling. He's already searched, so we'll send him here to search. And I think we'll give him that. If he gets caught, where's that script? Oh, not that one. This one. Let's save this to 5. We'll give this guy the same thing. All right. Okay. I think I'm satisfied. How's the research doing? Blood Magic 4. What's next up? So 4 gives us Blood Gruel. Okay, that's the resistance. It's Troll Guts. So this gives regeneration on everything. We really do want that one. And then Maw Fiend. I thought, oh, Maw Fiend. So I was getting, which was the one I was already doing? The Hench Fiend. Okay. I think we want to swap out a little bit and get the construction 2. Actually, we really do want to get some Sanguine Dowsing Rods. Okay. Got enough slaves for a Hench Fiend, so let's grab another Hench Fiend. See, the Maw Tribe, we get 8 for 28, so they're pretty cost effective. Anyways, this guy will get a Hench Fiend, and I think we can afford to get some Maw Tribe. And we may as well summon them here. The other thing we probably want to do is get one of each type of Slaughtermaster into the other fort. And this guy, we'll send him out looking for death gems. Yes, I am reasonably satisfied. Okay, what's left? That guy can wait. This guy just waits. Alright, let's host. Interesting. So the Firebelly and the Hunter got killed, but I destroyed his army, and it would not have had a retreat, I hope. Firebelly and the Hunter. So let's see what kind of went wrong here. Just maybe not enough PD. Fireball misses. Okay. And Fireball misses again. Oh, look at that. The PD guys went right past the threat. And these guys did get blasted for morale 1. Wowzer. And Fireball's no good. Too much fire resist. Oh well. Now, what about the Hunter? He's got a bit of protection. So what does he throw at? He misses. Oh, good grief. Precision is 16. He still misses. The imps help. And agony. Okay, not bad. I think that was agony, right? Yeah. But the fireballs are kind of a waste of time. The imps are helping. Fire darts. That did better. Fire darts. Okay. Fireball isn't really cutting it. And this guy. Okay. Just his harpoon just doesn't seem to be doing sweet diddly. Is that the harpoon? I don't see the harpoon. Oh, I don't see it there. Okay, I think this is the wrong script for the Hunter, but now his protection, we pumped it up a little bit. Protection didn't add a lot for him, or barkskin. And this crazy guy is doing a good bit of the work. Alright, and then the Hunter goes into melee, which is not good. So if we're going to use this harpoon, we got to use it beforehand. I didn't really, there we go. Yeah, I think the trick is we got to use the, so reinvigoration, more imps. The bruiser's doing some work. The imps are slowly doing some work. The hunter died. And against Ashdod, this guy was not really effective. And now he's fatigued out, right? How badly? Nah, not horrifically badly, but badly enough it's a bit of a problem. Let's see, what else? More imps, more imps, more imps. It's enough imps. I think that's what's going to win this fight. It's just an... Oh, look at those crazy guys. The butcher's holding up. Not too shabby at all. Doesn't hurt that he's sacred. Oh, he runs away. Okay. And that one runs away. Alright, let's look over the results again. So they lost 2 of the Giladites, none of the Anakites. They did win the fight. But now they're kind of stuck. So they'll probably keep charging forward somewhere else. Oh, that guy took a beating. Send him up here. If these guys try to... Now, that cost me more or less nothing. So let's just keep going. Alright, I'm going to put these guys on Blood Hunt. And then I think I had set up, yeah, let's do 3. Put them in the middle of the PD. So I think what we want here is spells. So he should put up Eagle Eyes and toss up some protection, and then whatever. But we'll maybe do a single fire, turn off 1 protection, do 2 holder fires, and then cast spells. And we'll have them patrol. So we've got 7 PD. Maybe we'll go for 10. Because a little bit of unrest reduction will be helpful. So there should have been 2 of these guys, but did one die during the retreat? Oh, one of the butchers was killed during a retreat. Okay. We do have enough butchers. These guys can go on too. So this guy did his site searching. That's already been searched for fire. That is now searched for lots of good things. So let's bring Mama forward. These guys attack forward. How'd this fight go? Oh, excellent. Excellent. Now, where did Ashdod's army go? It's... Whoops. Oh, bummer. Knights attacked. Oh, Ashdod went at me. Oh, and he got wiped. Absolutely wiped. Let's see what worked here. I thought the harpoon would do a lot better too, but it whiffed and missed. The other problem I had with putting him on fire is with only 4 shots, once he was done firing, then he went into melee, and he's not very good at melee. So, I don't know, I'm, you know, if he eagle-eyed and did hold and fire 4 times, and then went to cast spells, that might work, but that depends on things getting close enough when he's still in that script. So I'm not entirely sure what might work better. But I am curious to see what it is that works here. So, okay, they did blessing. See, I've noticed these crazy, in the PD, we got to be able to get to it, these crazy bruisers, PD commanders, do far better than the bulls in the PD. But at least the bulls are there to, you know, take some damage. And the PD Noblars don't do too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Oh, the bulls are coming. And that Gorger, is that... Oh, they're going to get the commander, I think. They do, look at that. Yeah, they get the Fire 3 mage, he's dead. So are they going to start running away? And yes, they start running away. How lovely. How lovely. And they're stuck. Excellent. These are satisfactory results. Nice. Okay. So that was successful. And what's left over here? No. We don't have any retreat details. So it was quite successful. Well, the unrest is getting pretty out of control. We don't want a blood hunt adjacent to the capital. So, can we blunt hunt here? No. Terrible. Terrible. Look at that, terrible. And this place is already kind of at the point where blood hunting tapers off. So, I guess we're a little bit stuck. Okay. Off you go, guys. We'll send you off to the fort. This guy may as well go to the fort for now. Alright, let's lock down Ashdod. I think we are ready to lock down Ashdod. Yep. Let's just shut him down. And we'll slowly chase this handful of troops around. Bum, 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 bum. Do I want this guy patrolling anymore? I think not. We'll have him go site search. So this little army, it's reduced, lost its Kohen, so it lost, and the Emite can only lead 10. So it may not move. I think it will move, but I can't quite be sure. Okay. These guys are patrolling. The unrest is coming down slowly, taking its sweet time. So where else do we need fire searches? We need fire searches over here. This guy's finished his search, so set him this way. This guy can search. Also got back at home. We will need death search. That's already underway, so this guy can sit here. We got some more Maw tribe, and recruitment wise, we've got enough gold, but not so we can get a man eater. We can get 2. Do we want 2? Are we still getting Nobblers? We are. Oh, but we can't recruit. We can't recruit a commander because we let the unrest get too high. Oh well. Lessons learned. Lessons learned. Let's buy some PD. Well, we'll go for 7 again. We'll see if that works. We got 6 here. Let's go to 7. This guy has searched, so let's move him somewhere else. Alright, and this guy, oh, he's in hiding. Yeah, that's kind of awkward. We'll worry about other stuff later. That guy can stay in hiding for the moment. Okay, we've got 60 blood slaves. It's not really as many as we want. We've got 1 more hench fiend. Oh, he can't do the hench fiend, that's right. Actually, maybe we want another Maw flesh. I think we do. Yeah, I think we do. This guy will have a hench fiend, and that leaves us enough slaves for the duties we require at the moment. Now, research, okay. Anybody else has not moved? No. Let's host another turn. Let's host another turn. Hench fiend, Maw flesh. Found a magic site. Nice. Oh, chill 6. Why is that not? Why can I not click on that thing? Okay, so I don't want to pass guys through there. I should have sort of noticed that. Oh, he came at me, and that was it. That was it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, dude. Sweet. So the Emite got away, but now it's sitting here with no troops. Big Mama can search, and that will be the end of this raid. Do a site search here. Howdy, who's that? Bear Lord, right?
Fogmind.
Oh, hey Fogmind, how you doing? Yeah, I'm streaming at the moment. So, welcome. This is Warhammer Ogres.
Yeah, I was assuming it's Warhammer, but I'm also seeing a lot of vanilla factions in there, so it's not a total overhaul, right?
Oh, I'm just doing a showcase of the Ogres mod. So I just took random vanilla nations for the other nations. So this is just the third episode. I've done some expansion. I'm trying out the different unique spells, the strange mechanics of the ogres, all that kind of stuff. What else to say about that? So I guess, put fairly simply, this is not much of a test of the well, no, I should comment that the Warhammer mod, the compilation, it's not a conversion. It's a pack of nations. So you could have multiple Warhammer nations in a game, but it's not a total conversion mod. It does include, if we have a look here, I included the Warhammer pop types. That gives you province defense that matches with your nation. So that's fun. It's optional, but I think you definitely want to use it if you're playing a Warhammer, one of Somber's nations.
And how do the Warhammer nations stack up against vanilla nations?
This is the third one I've tried, and so far they're fairly comparable. For example, the ogres here have some tremendous strengths, but also some terrible weaknesses. Well, maybe not terrible, but significant. Overall, Somber has a pretty good grasp of balance, has been my experience. I'm doing fairly well against one AI fighting Ashdod, but I'm not stomping him. I'm having to work. Part of it's that I don't know some of these abilities as well as I could. I played this Warhammer nation back, gosh, what was it? Back in Dominions 3, I played it in one competitive game, but that's a long time ago. And this nation's gone through, it's got much of the similar mechanics it had back then, but of course it's Dominions 5 with the changes that came along with that. So
how did that go in multiplayer Dom 3 now?
Oh gosh, that's a long time ago. If I remember correctly, I got stomped by Warhammer Dwarves. If I remember the game right, it was 6 players, we all had Warhammer nations, and the Dwarves smacked me senseless. But, see, the Warhammer Dwarves at that time had built-in magic weapons, they had some other, other things. They seemed a little heavier on the power level, and some of the Warhammer mods of Sombers have been stronger than others for sure. So I don't know what else to say on the balance. I don't really have any kind of evaluation of the balance of this nation too much, with funky extra mechanics and strange oddities. I mean, you don't get any candles if you don't blood sacrifice, so you have to blood hunt. A lot of your units have a lot of kill power, although not amazing stats, but the protection's very moderate, so they're mostly big sacks of hit points.
So what you would expect of an ogre?
Yeah, I think thematically they fit. They eat everything. You got these funny guys that you could convert a very expensive mage into these guys with huge hit points that swallow and have built-in regen, and I took a regen bless. So
They're not very expensive, are they?
They only cost 12 slaves, but you have to make them from a slaughtermaster. So you're starting
No, I
at
mean
300.
the ogres in general.
Oh, the troops? The man-eaters are very pricey, and your pit fighters are very pricey, your sacreds, but the other
Right.
ones are not. You got the funky death belchers. Oh, and they all have chaos recruitment, so that makes a significant difference.
And the pit fighters are your only sacred?
They're your only sacred troop. Yep.
Any
So they're very
sacred?
Pardon me? Yes, you
Any
could summon.
summonable?
Yeah, you got a bunch of summonal sacred options. Well, maybe not a bunch, but you've got these guys, the Maw tribe. So you get 8 for 28 slaves, which is very cost effective.
Wow.
They seem to take very bad attrition, and their stats are not amazing, but they're a solid front line. The man eaters.
Does that scale with your blood magic level?
Let's have a look. I believe it does.
Then I've got an idea.
An idea on.
Plus.
Oh well, yeah. I don't know. I really spent no time on the Pretender because I just want to get a feel for the nation, and I'm not really like the purpose of this isn't particularly to do an analysis of optimization of Pretender, but it might be the way to go. It might definitely be the way to go. No, these guys do not scale. Looking here, they do not scale.
Right.
So you just get 8. So really high blood.
I've done Blood Vengeance Bless on the Mictlan Ocelots.
Yeah.
That's really good synergy, and Blood Vengeance works really well on 6 hit points.
Well, and you've got all these Blood Holy spells that don't require slaves. So this one, what does this one do? Gives them basically stone skin, I believe. And then this one gives regen without the bless. Area of effect's pretty small. You've got this one that gives a little bit of resistances. And then this Brain Gobbler, which I tried just before you came on and was a little underwhelming. It's got a precision problem. I think it was hard to hit. It would be pretty solid against large blobs, but right now I'm dealing with fairly small groups of Ashdods. So, there's a lot of interesting extra mechanics. Almost all of your guys are poor researchers, so that's a bit awkward, but you can summon these hench fiends quite cheaply. So they are, what are they again? Oops, they're quite cheap. They're only 16 slaves. Yeah.
I see you have some pretty high blood paths on your Magi.
Well, the Slaughter Masters that are your capital only critical recruits start with 3 and then have randoms, but only randoms that just sort of open up cross paths. But yeah, you can really blood hunt. On the other hand,
not just that, things like Hellpower are in range.
They are.
I can already see some quite horrible things you could do with this in multiplayer.
There are. And so I'm coming up on my hour, which is kind of my target for how long I want this video to be part of the series on YouTube. I need to take a pause, and then I'm almost at the point where I'm ready to, I want to invite Somber for one of the episodes. We'll kind of go over what we've discussed, and from there move on to possibly ideas on Pretender design. I know in the previous 2 series I did, one on Dark Elves and one on the Empire, I had some people in the YouTube comments suggest possible builds, but I just want to throw out there that I just tossed together a really quick and dirty Pretender so that I could sort of try out the nation live rather than theory craft it. And so I grabbed a very simple fire shock resistant regen. Cheap and easy. The one significant error I made, this is not enough production at all. I can't get past a single pit fighter a turn. So that's a severe limitation. Now, part of that's the map. I mean, I didn't get a great start. But that's always a possibility.
How are you on recruitment points?
Good. No trouble there. I'm just way low on resources.
You could go high resource, low order.
Well, I'm already turmoil 3.
Right.
Because
maybe
everything's...
Maybe turmoil luck build will work.
This is a turmoil luck build.
Right. Yeah. And then high production.
But I need some more production, so I think the trick would be I drop magic scale. You know, you want the growth because you're gonna kill a lot of people.
Yeah, you're a block nation. You want growth.
Yeah. Not only that, you've also got things like these are pop killers. So I think and then they all have a moderate amount of cold resist built in, so cold scale sort of makes sense as a dump. If you went with a cheaper blast, I mean, I would argue that since you have a built-in regen spell and it's not too far up the tree, you could maybe go a different blast, but I'm not totally sure what you want to do for blast. You've got some options, some things that, you know, you've got some things you could thug. You could thug these butchers fairly cheaply. Just exactly how you'd want to do it, I'm not sure. But in theory, you could. So you could do a bless sort of more like that. Blood Vengeance would work. Yeah, and Blood Vengeance would work because you don't particularly need much in the way of, how would I say this? You're not going to be using a great deal of evocations. And most of your... I think if I look here at your custom spells, most of them there's only really the one offensive spell, this Brain Gobbler.
Yeah.
And
what about
the trick it doesn't do damage. It's just a panic. So you wouldn't be getting friendly fire if you were tossing in Blood Vengeance as a blast. So that might be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense then. But
yeah.
I'm wondering if that wouldn't be way overpowered to have all these stacks of hit points and then Blood Vengeance.
It might be because you could save an awful lot of pretender points by not grabbing regen and then assuming you're going to be able to toss up Troll Guts. Now, you can only cast this with the Slaughtermasters. The Butchers can't. Well, without a booster. And you may be wanting to make some boosters, but it's just a heck of a lot easier. And you do need quite a lot of gold. And then you've got, you know, if you went more scales, you could kind of almost skip the Sacreds and use these things.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have the Blood Vengeance. So.
Well, I'm just saying that that's an option, that you could almost play this with scales and not bother with almost any bless at all.
Maybe.
Because now, you know, and a really solid... I'm having some trouble using these crazy things. They're interesting, but these blunderbusses they have do more friendly fire than anything else. It's partly positioning, it's partly just... And they don't hit very hard, but, you know, 6...
combat move.
About 13. They're a little slower than the others.
Okay, but they're faster than your average human.
So you're thinking have...
yeah. Deep distance.
But you can only build 3 a month. And of course, because I didn't take any production, I just can't buy enough of them. Because you've got a lot of things. You kind of want to get... Mostly you want to get the 2 man-eaters every month. And you want your pit fighters. So this is not uncommon with Somber's mods, that you have more troop choices than sometimes you could figure out what to do with. Because you've got
Are
these
the
crazy things
blunderbusses
too.
cap only?
They are not, I believe.
So you can
Let me
build
check.
3 a month, and they do what? They have a blunderbuss shot with how much ammo?
How much ammo? 3.
3.
And then they're melee troops. Well, I'm not saying that. I just bought some to play with them and see how they worked. I'm not entirely convinced that I would buy them. And then you've got the
If you
E2s.
put a squad on fire and keep distance, a squad of 6 or something.
If you put them on fire and keep distance and you're using your melee guys, they just kill your own guys.
Yeah, I'm hoping they would shoot and run, and then the melee guys run in and they run out of ammo.
That might work. So far, what they're doing when I use them is they just blast my own guys. So I've just got 5 here that I've been dabbling with. So I place them off to the flank in the hopes that they'll... I mean, there's various possibilities.
I don't know, I guess I would put them front and center and way ahead of the rest.
Yeah, that might be the way to do it. On the other hand, I'm not totally convinced they were worth buying, but that's partly because of my sloth scales. If you look at the things that are very worth buying, the man-eaters fit with the sloth build really, really well. These do not. So I'd have been better getting as many man-eaters as I could and skip the death belchers entirely with 34 resources and save what resources I have for pit fighters. But the man-eaters are very solid. They come in 3 versions. And so if you were doing, like I've done a sloth build, if I was to start this over again, I would be buying almost exclusively man-eaters, going for more forts than 2. But Ashdod attacked really early. And part of the reason I'm chasing Ashdod around is I hit the end turn button just before I started this stream, and I ended up with Ashdod rushing into the middle of my area because I basically staled. So now I've been chasing Ashdod for about 5 turns now before you jumped in. So I mean, yeah, I think next episode I might start fresh and probably get a better map. This isn't really awesome. This is just a quick random map to get me started. But I've learned enough to be, yeah, I think next episode, which I think I'll do tomorrow. So if you're around sort of this time of day tomorrow morning, I think I'll do next episode, and then well, the other option is I'm just going to put on my away screen for a bit, and rather than stop here, I'm going to put on my away screen, I'm going to take a bio break, and then I'm going to come back, and if you have some time, are you going to stick around?
I can stick around for a little longer, yeah.
Okay. I'll do a break here so I can split the episodes, and then we'll do some sort of brainstorming on pretender design now that we've had a look. Okay, give me a couple minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, I'm back. So let's go back to Dominions. So yeah, I think let's give a shot here. Let's save and quit. And let's have a look at some ideas for pretender design.
From ER0 was to use larger.
Yes.
That might also be funny.
Larger on the Swallow would be quite amazing. Where are we here? Goldtooth Tribe is actually the name of it. So we don't see the summons here, but we've talked about those. I didn't get around to doing Yetis. They don't have they're actually good researchers, but they're very pricey, and you can only make them in mountains, and you have to get it cold before you can recruit them. And I had serious cash flow issues. That map was fairly craptastic. But
don't you have a nuke map lying around?
I didn't have one handy at the moment that was about the right. I didn't want as big as most of the ones I had handy. Although I guess the 9-player would be good. But I was thinking sort of right off the top. No, Colossal Head is Earth and Blood. What else? What other ones? If we wanted Nature and Blood, Nature, Earth, and Blood for larger and Blood Vengeance, that's kind of outrageous, but...
The Bloody Mother is, I think, Nature Blood. On the top, the second from the right.
This one? Nature and Blood. Daniel just made a really good point.
If you want larger.
Daniel just made a really good point here. There's the heroes. Luck independent heroes. What the heck? Oh, I'm going to have to ask Somber about this. He says these guys are luck independent heroes. Interesting. That's the ETs. Okay. These are recruitments. No, I'm not seeing it here, Daniel. Yeah, I'm not seeing what you're saying about... no, Somber's really good about his documentation, absolutely. It's one of the reasons he's the first person I spent efforts on with doing the mod showcase. I'd like to continue this series. I had a request if I would do an overview of Dominions Enhanced, which is a gigantic project. Fogmind, how much have you played Dominions Enhanced?
I haven't at all. I'm still trying to get good at vanilla Dominions.
Yeah, so I think that would go better. I'd like to find a collaborator to help me out with Dominions Enhanced, somebody who's... I've played it a moderate amount, a few Disciples games. I called it... well, yes, these are recruitables that I could buy with gold. Oh, no, you're right. Gorger's here. Oh, you're correct. Yeah, the summons are showing up. There we are. So there's the mod tribe. So obviously they would do well with anything that gives them an improvement on their protection or defenses. And their stats are not stunningly good.
You don't have any dead mages, do you?
The hedge fiends can get a little tiny bit of it.
Right. A relatively cheap way to do it would be Blood Vengeance and Invulnerability, and it gives you a late game option.
Yes. The ET Shaman have excellent pass. You definitely want some, but that game, like I said, the expansion was blah. So if I do another one, what else here for summons? The Maw Fiends I didn't get to yet. So these are interesting. So they're a summon for slaves. So they've got a reasonable chance of decent amounts of death. Oh, up to death 3. Potentially, although you need a lot of them.
25%.
Yeah, so, and they're not, I can't remember what the cost doesn't necessarily show here too easily. What else? The Maw Guts we talked about, we looked at. The Mournfangs on their own, not the Mournfang Riders. So I didn't get to summoning those. Well, they're, I think, in Conjuration for Nature Gems, I'm guessing. I tried a little bit of the Saber Tusks, and there's definitely a use for them, because they are disciplined. and snow move and stuff. So hunters have fairly poor
still
leadership.
An animal with low magic resistance.
Yeah, so they've got a flanking role and some other roles, but it's basically something you could do with nature gems, because the hunters, you're going to find a moderate amount, a pretty good nature income. What else? Gorgers. I'm iffy on the Gorgers. I mean, they're cheap, but they're just big sacks of hit points.
That's
So the only ones here that sort of come into blessing would be the Maw Gut and the Maw Tribe in the summons that Bless would have some effect on. Maw Fiends are not sacred. Hench Fiends are not sacred. Gorgers. So those are the two that... the Yetis are not sacred as well, or Yetis. I don't know why I see this as Yeti. I look at the H and the E and think that should be a long E. So from this, design-wise, how far do we have to get up to? We got to get a long ways up here.
8.
I can't remember. 8. All right. And definitely I'd want to go dormant, because you don't need sacreds to expand at all. The expansion's just fine with the cheap bowls and the other junk.
That actually leaves quite a good amount of points then.
It does, actually. So then if we want anything from nature, we went Blood Vengeance. Now, if we wanted to do larger, it's going to cost.
It's 4 and 3, right?
Yes, but we got to buy 3 to even get it. Still, that's not bad. Well, let's start with the obvious. We absolutely have to go with... I don't think we have to, but I feel you should go Turmoil. You could
Might as well go Gold 3.
You might as well go Gold 3. You don't have to do Luck. I think Production 0 might be kind of in the magic number for pit fighters. And then it's either a choice of Luck or Magic. I'd probably go with Luck. And can we get... So we can get to 6. Well, we're not going to buy more than 6 pit fighters. And besides that, we have to sacrifice to get our candles up high enough to matter.
How much are pit fighters?
They're 145 minus your chaos recruitment, so they're expensive. And 36 production.
Yeah.
Or resources.
We're definitely not going to get 6 of those.
No, you're not going to be buying 6 a turn. But only 1 is just not enough. So this is not bad. The question is Luck or Magic. I think the key with the Magic is if you want to get your research going, you're going to want to summon a lot of the Hench Fiends. And they're cheap at 16, I think.
What's their research?
They were 11 under my Magic scales.
Right.
So they'd be 9. You know, it's not amazing research, but on the other hand, there's not a lot of research you need. Mostly blood and some conjuration.
Yeah, at this point I'm thinking, wouldn't an independent mage be a better researcher?
If you find some, it probably would. Yeah. Okay.
Even like a Woodhenge Druid or something.
Yeah. Regen and B-Bond. Yeah, Regen and B-Bond would also make sense. I'm really curious to see what we could do with the Blood Vengeance. Oh, I forgot to check. Do we have any dark vision? We do. So we've got a little bit of dark vision. Just thinking about where to put, and no poison resist. So I'm thinking where to put the last nature point.
Maybe take a PR, yeah.
Probably just minor poison resistance. So this is not bad at all.
Work?
Yeah, definitely. You know, there's not much point dropping to 5. So 6 is sort of the magic number. We don't have enough points left to buy. Yeah, that's not too shabby at all. The only other option is, unless we had blood nature. No. So you might be able to fiddle around a little.
Has blood earth.
The head is blood earth, so... But...
Basically the same thing.
We can't have larger unless we buy 4. So it's probably going to end up exactly the same place.
Let's see. If you go down 5,
yeah.
then you get another earth point maybe, or something like that.
No.
Ah, okay.
No. So there we are. So the head, and I don't think we do any better. We might do a little better with the fountain. You never know. I doubt it. I suspect this is going to be worse.
Yeah, I was thinking the fountain for invulnerability, but then we don't have larger.
Yeah.
I would take the fountain. It has Blood Hunter.
That's true.
Although I think the mother and the head, the mother might also have some Blood Hunter.
Let's see. Yeah. No. Yeah, she's got Blood Searcher, so that's about the same difference.
200 hit points. What does the fountain have?
The fountain's pretty flimsy.
Then I would go to mother.
But it does have an 8 caster, if it did have to fight.
Mother has an 8 caster as well.
You're right. And the head, well, they all have Blood Searcher. So I guess it's the same difference. Makes no real difference.
The head's 300 hit points even.
Yeah. So the only other thing, well, see, in some ways, it's a little bit more difficult to do it with the Mother of Monsters.
It's expensive.
Yeah. No, that doesn't particularly work. I'm tempted for the head. I think the head gets us...
300 hit points. Too bad we can't teleport him. That would be funny.
Yeah, it would be. Now, see, the other option is dump the larger and go for Blood Vengeance, and not the head. Go for the Bloody Mother. And go for Regen and Blood Vengeance.
What does that cost?
About the same difference.
Right.
It's about the same difference. So either of those is perfectly viable.
The larger does synergize with the swallow. And we can't regen from the spell.
But the swallow is only the swallow is only that single unit for the swallow. Let's have a look at pit fighters. Getting them larger reduces your attack density. So I don't think larger is terribly good for them because they're not a repel unit. And not a very good one with the stump blades. And then if we look at where are we here? Not that one, this one. If we look at the Maw tribe, larger does not particularly help them, regen does. So it's the Maw gut that's helped by larger, significantly.
Well, everything gets hit points from larger, but yeah.
Well, it does, but you lose attack density. And I think with the pit fighters, I'd rather the attack density and the increased survival of regen.
And what do you think of Invulnerability Blast? Because it's cheap.
It is. Okay, so let's go back to the head.
I think it's cheaper on the fountain, actually, but I'm not sure.
Could be. But you mean the Earth Blast, right? Oh, you mean Death.
Oh, yeah, Death, because that gives you a late game. That gives you vampires and liches and stuff.
That's a good idea. One more,
yeah. Well,
wow.
Oh
wow! Not bad. That's a lot more scales.
Luck 3
and Magic 1.
Wow, that's.
Oh boy.
I'm wondering how viable that is, but.
Well, it's pretty interesting. Now let's just look at their natural protection.
Hey,
they're only 6.
I just heard I gotta go eat, so.
Yeah, no problem.
I want to see how this goes, but I can't.
Well, let's. I'm gonna end then, and we'll come back to this. Oh yeah, Daniel made a good point. For research, you need lots of hench fiends. I agree. I think, and that's, if I remember correctly, that's exactly how I did this in the past. this is an excellent suggestion. I'm going to save this design, and we'll come back to this another time. So, this is, yeah, talk to you later, Fogmind. This is the Fountain of Stygia. There we go. Sure, Fountain of Stygia. I'll have a good ability to remember what that was. All right, everybody. It's been an hour and a half, and I've covered kind of what I wanted to cover. I think it's time to stop for a bit. I will do some more streaming over the week, so keep your eyes peeled, and note that I've got a number of new series going up, and productivity has shot through the roof recently. So thanks for coming by. See you guys soon.